Exclusive interview with Pakistan TV. American climber and emergency nurse Overton, who was part of a Hungarian-American Broad Peak expedition, reflected on his experience in Pakistan's mountains. He said no 8,000-meter peak is ever truly easy, describing Broad Peak as one of the world's most dangerous climbs where conditions can change in an instant. Watch the complete interview on Scoreboard tonight at 11:05 p.m. on Pakistan TV.
We left on the 25th for a couple of reasons. One, the weather that was coming in looked like it was going to drop a significant amount of snow or other precipitation that would make it difficult to move throughout the mountain. Secondly, our timeline wouldn't allow for it. I have to get back to the hospital in Colorado, and my climbing partner David Klein had to get back to Budapest. So unfortunately, there wasn't a weather window that we could work within. I left Camp 3 on July 18th due to respiratory issues. My oxygen saturation had gotten very, very low and to an unsafe level. I walked through the area that would later slide in firm conditions, but remember thinking in my head, oh God, if this would slide, it would be awful. I think it's a misnomer to say that any 8,000 meter peak is an easy 8,000 meter peak. It's still like running running an ultra marathon without the use of any oxygen. But yes, Broad Peak is considered an easier 8,000 meter peak. Unfortunately, the bottom half is extremely prone to rock fall. There have been many injuries going between the base and up to Camp 2. The avalanche that came down from Camp 3 was very severe, and from what I understand, that area above Camp 2 can be prone to slides. I can't speak to NIMS and his decision-making process, what happened exactly this moment. I didn't know NIMS. I do know that he had a very prominent and prolific mountaineering resume and a very intense personality. But all it takes is one time in the mountains for something to go wrong. One small slip and an avalanche goes off or a crevasse fall happens. It's hard to say. The conditions in the Baltoro are very difficult to navigate. Again, I was not at the site when the rescue occurred. However, we did wind up assisting in the rescue of a climber earlier on in the season, and the Pakistani military was very adept at getting a helicopter in and getting our colleague out due to her cerebral edema. So I can imagine that the team that has gone in, both the international team on the ground, the team of local porters and high altitude porters on the ground, and the Pakistani military have done an excellent job working in conjunction to help find our lost friends. Do come and climb mountains, do continue to push limits, but do enter these mountains with respect and an understanding that this is a deadly sport. It is an adventurous sport and it's a beautiful sport, but it can be deadly.